So today we're going to try something a little different. We are going to go ahead and try doing the core shot today. So what I'm going to try to do today is do a light green watermelon. I'm going to try to do it as light as I can, see how that works. And then I'm going to core shot it with a pumpkin seed color. I want to see how that turns out. So I'm not sure how that goes. You guys are going to be in for just as much interesting show as I am. So thanks for watching, and we'll see where we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is I've been setting the rods in a Ziploc baggie with some worm oil. Keep it all good and lubed up. We're going to go ahead and open this up. So if you can see inside here, there's the little rods fall into place right there. And then we're going to shoot it with the plastic, and then we're going to let it set up, and then we're going to pull the rods out. So we're going to go ahead and put these rods inside now, and then close it up, and then I'm going to get the plastic ready. I didn't like the way that the last plastics I did felt. I did a little bit of research, and I don't think I mixed up the Plastisol well enough. It separated too much. So before I started this video, I went ahead and stirred it up some more, and let's see if we can get an actual better plastic. It just didn't like the feel of it. It felt like there was hollow spots, but there really wasn't. I don't know if that's the way it is. I'm not a big fan of that. I like a good solid feel of plastic in my baits. So take my cup here, 2 cups. We're gonna start out probably with about 12 ounces. This here holds about 12 ounces, or it's a 12 ounce injector. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with that and see how many we can go. I'm gonna mix the green first. So we're gonna go ahead and put 12 ounces in. And I'm going to mix the salt in this time. Last time I didn't, and that's another thing I didn't like. It didn't do as well as I wanted it to, because it wouldn't sink. So we got green watermelon. The last one I did about 20 drops, and it was pretty dark. So I'm gonna try, let's go ahead and just try about 7 to 8 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're gonna go ahead and stir that up and see how that turns. I wanted a green, but I don't want it solid. I want to be able for the core, the red core, to stand out. So I want this green watermelon to be almost see-through, and then we're gonna charge it with a red dye, or the red pumpkin seed, and see how that goes. Okay, so let's. And I'm gonna put in. I'm not gonna put any red flake in there because of the core shot. So I'm gonna try this real shiny silver. I'm gonna put about 1/8 of a teaspoon in there. See how that turns out. And then we will start the process of heating it up. And that's another thing too, is I wasn't heating it up the last time long enough. I think I need to put it in for about 2 to 2.5 minutes to really get that good melt. Because right now it was just almost what it felt like. It was just too liquidy. So I'm gonna go ahead and heat this up, and we'll come back and try to get this mold shot. So while that's heating up, I went ahead and I'm gonna decide to go ahead, and I have some crawfish scent I'm gonna try putting in with the Senko. We'll see how that turns out. I'll see how. Hopefully it turns out pretty good. You can see that some sediment stuff or whatever just mixed, just settled to the bottom. So get that good and shaken up, and when that gets done, I'll go ahead and add this in, and we'll give it a shot. Okay, that should be pretty good right there. So let's get it stirred up, check the temperature. We'll get some salt in there, Yeah, that's about 370, 360 there. So let's go ahead and get some salt in there to get some of that weight, get a lot of salt in there. I may end up with the salt. It may cool it off. We'll check it again as I stir it up. It's running about 345. So let's get some of this crawfish scent in there too. May got a little heavy-handed with that. Let's recheck the temperature. Yeah, it's kind of all over the place, but it's about 330, so we'll give that a shot. We'll see how that. Go ahead and see if you look at the color, it looks pretty good. Kind of what I was going for. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, took all of it. Keep it on, make sure it doesn't suck down. Because that's another thing, I think I was letting it suck down too much and it was catching air. And it doesn't look like it's going to be catching as much this time. I made sure that I shook up the plastisol a lot better. Let's go ahead and put all that back in there. Set that there. We'll let that cool. I will, well, while that cools, let's go ahead and get the red started. So we're gonna go ahead and put, let's see here. We're gonna go ahead and put about 4 ounces in. Let's try 4 ounces. It's not gonna take a lot, just for that core. We'll go ahead and get it poured. Ooh, a little more. It ended up being 6 ounces. So we'll get that poured. Let's go ahead and go real dark with the red, because I really want that red to come through. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So let's try 12. Let's see how dark that gets us. Let's clean this off. I don't want to put any green in with the red. Let's get that stirred up. Ooh, that's really red. I'm like, that's pretty good. So get that all good mixed up. And you want to make sure you get it all stirred up, because you'll see right here on the sides, the white is still there. So you want to make sure you get that all mixed up, so that way there, you end up getting everything that you want on there. Make sure it gets all good and mixed, so nothing gets, you know, the texture and everything, and the integrity of your lure, of your plastic. You want the integrity of the plastic to be good. So let's go ahead and just leave that. And you know what? Let's go ahead for fun. Let's see what this red metal flake in the red will do for us. We don't have nothing to lose doing that. Let's just put a little bit of red in there. Red metal flake in the red. Any little bit of glitter helps. So let's give that a shot. Any kind of reflectiveness. And so I plan on going fishing this weekend, and I'm going to take and try everything I've made so far. That way there I can report back to you guys how well they worked in the water, how well they look, if I caught anything, and I'm going to also record the trip itself, so that way there you guys can see how everything looked. So put that there. So we're gonna let that sit a little bit longer and let it cool off. And then once that gets set up and dried, I'll bring you back and we'll get the core shot started. While the Senko is cooling, thought I'd reheat this up, and we're gonna go ahead and try shooting a shot of this into the craw mold and see what that looks like. Let's see what kind of color we get in that. Take a look at that. So we'll go ahead and use this little injector that I'm not real happy with, but it's better than nothing right now. Let's see how that looks. I'm actually kind of liking this light color. I think it'd be really good in clear water situations. Set that there. we'll go ahead and let everything cool. When everything cools, I'll show you guys what everything looks like. So while we're waiting for this to cool, getting ready, I went ahead and just started the red, so that way there can kind of speed things up a little bit. So the red's in the microwave right now. Let's go ahead and see how this looks. Wish us luck. Look there. Looks pretty good there. I like the way that looks. It's really like you can really kind of see through that pretty good. So it gives you an idea, because you can see the bars through there, through the core shot. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is pull them out, hopefully without tearing anything up. I'm kind of worried now. You want to make sure you're real careful at pulling them out. Just kind of work them out so you don't tear your Senko. And then when we get them out, we'll put them right back into place, right back where they were at. Let's go ahead and tear the sprue off. Pull that out. So I think there's a lot of salt right there. I need to figure out how to get that evenly distributed through the Senko itself. I'm not sure how to do that to get it evenly distributed so it'll fall evenly. It looks like it's just all sank to the bottom. A little research I'll need to do. So maybe I need to use something other than just table salt. I don't know. I've been told I can use table salt, but I'll find out if that is or isn't the case. So we'll pull these out nice and easy. I'm gonna probably need to use a little bit more worm oil, and I don't know how I'm gonna use more. I soak it in there in the Ziploc baggie. So I kind of like the texture. I can feel it. It's soft but yet firm on here, and hopefully these sink. So got a nice little fold to it. So now we got to line everything back up, which it's not too terribly hard. You can line the worm sack up, but the problem is it wants to stretch a little bit out past the end right here. So we'll see how that works. Let it cool off in there too, because it's going to take a little bit to get that red all good and prepped. So put my gloves on so I don't burn myself again. Check that out. I'm sure the red's going to need more time. Ooh, yeah, I let it sit in there a little too long to cool off, but I can feel the texture is getting a lot thicker, so it's starting to clump up. So let's go ahead and put that in for another couple more minutes. Should be about done after that. All right, microwave's getting ready to go off. I'll go ahead and try putting this back together. Well, I went the wrong way with it, didn't I? Well, shoot. I should have put it on this side here first. So let's go ahead and make that a quick adjustment. While I get everything together, I'm gonna cut away. That way there you guys aren't busy watching this. Okay, so I got that back together right. Didn't want to bore you guys with that. So let's see where we're at with the red. We're gonna go ahead and heat that up a little. 325. I want to start trying to get my stuff a little bit hotter. 325. I want to try to run in everything about 350 or a little bit higher and see where that gets me. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's see here. Running about 385. Let's get her cooled down a little bit. Okay, about 370 there. It's got a good runoff on it. Let's go ahead and give this a shot. See how it goes. You guys are going to be seeing how good or not good this goes right along with me. Right, wrong, or indifferent. It's not going to... I don't think this is going to work because it's plugging not very good. But again, we'll see. It doesn't take much either. I don't want to be pushing too hard. And I can always use this red later for another. Oh. Well, that didn't sound very good. Spitting at me, I don't know. I think I did something wrong. It's actually a pretty good red. It looks almost like blood red. Ooh, that is not good. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's see here. Running about 385. Let's get her cooled down a little bit. Okay, about 370 there. It's got a good runoff on it. Let's go ahead and give this a shot. See how it goes. You guys are going to be seeing how good or not good this goes right along with me. Right, wrong, or indifferent. It's not going to... I don't think this is going to work because it's plugging not very good. But again, we'll see. It doesn't take much either. I don't want to be pushing too hard. And I can always use this red later for another. Oh. Well, that didn't sound very good. Spitting at me, I don't know. I think I did something wrong. It's actually a pretty good red. It looks almost like blood red. Ooh, that is not good. Something didn't work. Got me on the hat. On the forehead. Well, we're gonna see how this works. I'll bet you I obviously did something wrong. Well, let's take a look at this crawl over here that I did. I forgot all about. Got sidetracked doing everything else. Let's see how this one turned out. Turned out pretty good. I don't mind that color. Don't look too bad at all. I do like the way it feels a lot better than I did it the other day. The other day it just didn't feel right. I can feel that the salt is not dissolving, so I'm thinking that I'm doing something wrong with the salt. If I'm probably using the wrong salt, but I'm going to look that up and see what I can find out about that if that's the case, if there's a specific salt. That way they're not constantly wasting your time or my time. So let's see where we're at with this. See how this red turned out. Four shot or not. Hopefully it doesn't blow up on me like it did in my face. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, some of it went through Some of it didn't. It looks, you can see right here where it bled out the side, but this one here doesn't really look too terribly bad. It's kind of what I was going for. Not bad considering it was my first time. And I'm gonna work on that. This one here don't look too bad either. So I'm not really sure why it blew up in my face. I don't know if it had something to do with the salt or what, but you can see, I mean, really not bad at all. It doesn't, I'm actually kind of excited. I want to see how these work this week and give that a shot. These ones here, that's kind of got, that one looked like it blew out the side or something. I don't know what happened there, but I'll still give that one a shot. Why not? And this one here about went halfway down, and you can see, I don't know if you see here, but there's a lot of salt down there. So I'm gonna look up that for the next time I bring you guys out and do all these lures and stuff and waste your time and my time. I'm gonna do a little bit more research on that stuff. But I mean, considering they feel really good, they feel nice and thick, so I'll give that a shot this Friday if I can get out on the lake, or the next time I get on the lake, I'm gonna try these guys out. So, all right, thank you.